हेलो प्रीति, गुड मॉर्निंग। तो वहाँ पे हो गया, कंप्लीट हो गया वो दूसरा वाला सेशन था?
क्या सर, आपकी ब्रेक हो रही वॉइस।
तो प्रीवियस सेशन जो चल रहा था वहाँ पे कंप्लीट हुआ?
नो सर, चल रहा है वो अभी भी।
ठीक है, तो रेडी है ना? पीपीटी तुम लोग ऑन करके रखना मोबाइल में, जब भी नाम आएगा तो तुम लोग स्टार्ट करो।
ओके सर।
चलो।
सर
हाँ बोलना। पूछ ले।
सर वो वेटिंग रूम में प्रेम है, उनको ले लो ना।
लिया।
लिया।
तो प्रेम, भूषण, प्रीति, हिमांशु सब लोग है ना, अपना मोबाइल में ही ओपन करके रखना। स्क्रीन शेयर करने का ऑप्शन मिल गया है तो तुम लोग स्क्रीन शेयर कर सकते हो टाइम पे। तो
चलेगा सर।
करना हाँ, गुड मॉर्निंग ऑल। एंड देखना उसमें तुम लोग को कुछ भी डिफिकल्टीज नहीं आएगी। अभी चाहिए तो शेयर क्लिक करोगे तो तुम्हारा स्क्रीन दिखेगा स्क्रीन पे सबको। लेकिन सब लोग बीच में मत करना, बीच में करोगे दूसरे का बंद हो जाएगा ऑटोमेटिक।
सर और लोग किधर करे? बाकी लोग किधर करे हैं?
समझा नहीं, आवाज नहीं आ रही क्लियर ना मेरे साइड। एक मिनट बोल, क्या हुआ प्रेम? हाँ प्रेम, हेलो। हेलो प्रेम, क्या हुआ? ये स्क्रीन किसका है? भूषण का है ना? ठीक है, तो तुम लोग इसको वो इस पे ऑन कर देना। तूने ऑन नहीं किया ना, उस पे कर देना क्लिक। क्या बोलते हैं हमारा प्ले प्ले पे क्लिक करेगा ना, तो फिर एक एक करके चेंज करना। बिकॉज एक रोटेट कर देना
Yes,
एक
sir.
एक side। हाँ हाँ
हेलो सर,
हाँ, बोलो।
सीक्वेंस क्या है नाम का?
वो तुम लोग को ग्रुप में भेजा हुआ था सर ने शायद से। मैं बताता हूँ, एक सेकेंड। कहाँ के अनुसंधान का ग्रुप बनाया था ना वो लोग ने, टेम्पररी ग्रुप। चेक करता है, एक मिनट।
सर यहाँ से ही हम लोग को बोलना है?
नहीं, डबल मार्क्स।
ये मीटिंग में से ही बोलना है कि दूसरा मीटिंग ज्वाइन करना है?
तेरा है ना थोड़ा ज्यादा है। क्या बोला इसमें प्रीति? प्रीति, प्रीति, हेलो।
यस
सर
सर।
यहाँ से ज्वाइन करना है कि दूसरा मीटिंग ज्वाइन करना पड़ेगा? कि यहाँ से अपने को बोलने का है?
यस सर।
बोल रहा, क्या बोल रहा था ये? प्रेम, आवाज क्या आ रहा था? मुझे नहीं समझ आया, क्लियर नहीं है। और तुझे ना थोड़ा थोड़ा बैकग्राउंड से वॉइस आएंगे, क्योंकि थोड़ा साइड में नहीं रहना बात में। जब भी तेरा टाइम आएगा, देखो क्या है तुम्हारा पार्टिसिपेशन का। ये फर्स्ट सेकंड क्या है देखो। पहले दिया है एफ बीकॉम की कोई तो है एफ बीकॉम का बुशरा शेख। फिर लक्ष्मी प्रिया रमेश करके बीबीआई की है सेकंड। फिर थर्ड नंबर पे प्रेम प्रकाश प्रजापति। फोर्थ पे भूषण। फिफ्थ पे हमारा आएगा अनुराग शर्मा, अगर यहाँ पे है तो। फिर तन्वी तो नहीं है। हिमांशु विश्वकर्मा सेवेंथ है, लेकिन वो सिक्स पे हो गया था मुझसे। सेजल पांडे एसवाई की। साक्षी सिंह सिंह साक्षी दो है, दोनों भी करेंगे है। मनस्वी पांडे, साक्षी सिंह ये भी नहीं कर रही साक्षी। फिर प्रिया विश्वकर्मा एसवाई के। प्रीति जितेंद्र सिंह, ये होने लास्ट है तेरा, सबसे लास्ट है।
लास्ट है।
ज्यादा टाइम नहीं जाएगा तेरा, लास्ट है मतलब। मेरे हिसाब से चार, तीन चार नहीं है। 14 में से माइनस करके हम लोग 4 तक अराउंड, तो 10th भी आ सकता है तेरा। ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम। 10th भी आया तो 1.5 आवर के अंदर, मतलब 9 बजे भी चालू हो गया ना तो खत्म हो जाएगा तब तक। प्रेजेंट यहाँ से ही कर रहा है ना, मतलब तुमको वहां से ना शेयर पे क्लिक करके देख ले। प्रेम एक बार शेयर पे क्लिक कर और देख तेरा स्क्रीन शेयर होता है कि नहीं।
So hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, Prem.
Yes. So we are here for first of all, happy Science Days to all, as we are here to commemorate the discovery of Sir C.V. Raman, which is Raman effect, and for which he got the Nobel Prize in 1930. So I'm here to present the classical research paper by James Curran and John Stanford, which was published in 1987. The topic of this research paper is education and training for enterprise, some problems of classification, evaluation, policy, and research. And I'm guided by the Professor Akash Gupta from Department of BMS. So let's have a look. The introduction of this research paper. In this research paper, the James Curran and John Stanford emphasized on small business education and training, which has grown rapidly in small enterprise in Britain in 1997. In this research paper is to identify more clearly the major forms of enterprise and training education, their target populations, and their resource effectiveness. Let's go to next slide. This abstract. What is this article for? This article is to clarify, analysis, and disaggregate the main forms of education and training activities linked to the small business. And James Curran and John Stanford given us the four distinct types of education. Let's have a look on that. First is entrepreneurial education. Second is education for small business and self-employment. Third is continuing small business education. And fourth is small business awareness education. So in this abstract, we have a small forms of small business education, which are entrepreneurial education, education for small business and self-employment, continuing small business education, small business awareness education. For this, there are important subforms and they are the target groups. For this, all four education, we have a target groups of women, ethnic minorities, graduates, producer cooperatives, designers, etc. And for the education for small business and self-employment and continuing small business education, we have distance learning strategies with printed word forms like books, newspaper articles, magazines, television, video. So, what is the methodology to prepare this research paper by James Curran and John Stanford? So, the primary sources for this research paper are Watkins 1983. This is a survey of owner managers in small size business in France, West Germany, and UK. Second is the interview between Sim and Lewis in 1987. Third is observation of Gill in 1985. And we have just have a look on the secondary sources. In secondary sources, we have a multiple research papers by Burley S. and Gibb A. in the year 1984. Research paper by Brockhaus R.H. in the year 1982. Research paper by Carswell M. in the year 1987. And research paper by Clark B.W. Davis C.H. Harnish V.C. in the year 1984. So, what is discussed by James Curran and John Stanford and presented in this research paper? Let's discuss about that. First, we will discuss about the first education, which is entrepreneurial education. So, according to this research of Westphal 1982, it shows that whatever merit such courses might have, and this may be considerable, the promotion of entrepreneurship, the main entrepreneurship, has probably not been one. Even where the courses are putting the great importance on students producing new ideas for business ventures, results are very disappointing. They are not putting the emphasis on the students producing new ideas ventures. Let's have second on education for small business ownership and self-employment. This education is mainly concerned with preparing people with small business ownership of the traditional kind. In this education, according to the research study of Gill in 1985, one common problem is that educators cover wide range in a single program, which does not give a quality education, but it is give a quantity education. Let's have a third discussion, which is about a continuing small business education. So, according to the research of Gill in 1985, those who have experienced any startup program appear much more receptive to the idea of continuing small business education. For small business education, continuing this, anyone who have having the startup program has have experienced startup program are the more vulnerable to this education. That's the fourth point, which is the small business awareness education. According to the research paper bit of Sim and Lewis in 1987, these courses rarely provide much more widening of participants' vision. And serious training program often only begins if student proceeds for some rather long course. In short course, they does not provide a serious training processes. If you want some serious training for this education, you would to prefer for the rather long course. So, what is the findings and results in JIT's research paper by James Curran and John Stanworth in 1987 is that for the entrepreneurial education, the potential for this, the expansion would produce dramatic gains, would not produce dramatic gains. For this education, expansion will not produce dramatic gains. What are the results? What are the findings for these results? So for the education, for second education, for small business and self-employment, expansion would produce gains. Expansion of this education would produce gains. Potential for the continuing small business education, which is third education, potential is high, but some difficulties in inducing take up because distance learning may be most effective form because this education is more expensive in resource terms. Potential for fourth education, which is small business awareness education, the potential is high, but direct impact on small firm population is problematic. So let's go to conclusion. What are concluded by the James Curran and John Stanworth in this research paper? Let's have a look on that. So we will go education by education. What are the knowledge base, teaching strategies, effectiveness, and potential in 1987 in Britain. So let's have a look at the first education, which is entrepreneurial education. Knowledge base is poor, teaching strategies are well developed, and effectiveness of this education are unknown but not probably high. It is low, but it is unknown also. And the potential, as we discussed earlier, potential for this education is expansion of the expansion of this education would not produce dramatic gains, would not produce gains. But let's have a look at second education, which is the education for small business ownership and self-employment. The knowledge base is medium to good. Teaching strategies are moderately effective, effectiveness medium to high. And the potential for this education is if expansion, it would be produce gains for the education for small business ownership and self-employment. Let's have a look at third education, which is continuing small business education. The knowledge base is medium to poor. Teaching strategies are medium, effectiveness not known. And potential for this education, which we discussed earlier, is high, but some difficulties in taking up because it is expensive in resource terms. Fourth education is small business awareness education. In this education, knowledge base is medium, but knowledge base need not be large. It does not require high knowledge base. It can be medium and it is perfectly okay. In teaching strategies of this education, this is medium with potential for high effectiveness. Medium teaching strategies, but there are potential for a high effectiveness. Effectiveness is high and potential for this education is high, but direct impact on small firm population problematic. Let's have a look at the further slide. What are suggestions given by James Curran and John Stanworth in this research paper to the Britain in 1997? So, first suggestion at page number 12 of this research paper, the first suggestion given by them are that there is the greatest need in probably for more continuing small business education, although this may be expensive in resource terms. As we discussed earlier, they are saying to widen the continuing small business education because this may be expensive in resource term, but it is very helpful for the entrepreneurial education. Second suggestion is it is given in the page number 11 is to give more time to the courses, as these small business courses are typically short term and those running the courses are organizing simultaneous courses. They are saying that we should have a long course because it gives a serious training to the participants, and as they are very binding up these courses because all the courses are organizing simultaneous courses, one courses after another one courses. And the third suggestion given by them at page number 11 is to major focus on assessment of most effective teaching strategies, to focus on the teaching strategies and evaluation of the results and their progress over time to time. Having their eye over the progress over time to time. These are the suggestions given by the James Curran and John Stanworth in 1997 in their research paper. And thanking you everyone for having such a listening here. Thank you so much to everyone.
Saraswati ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, you have any questions to ask?
No.
Nothing?
Very good presentation, Prem. Keep it up.
Thank you so
was
much,
very
ma'am.
well presented, and I think you have given a snapshot of the entire paper, the work done by the original researcher. Keep up the good work, and all the best in all your academic endeavors.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Just be blessed.
Can we move on to the next presenter?
Pawar,
Yes, sir.
start your presentation from your end.
Yes, sir. My screen is visible to all.
Yes, visible, but there is a lot of discussion from background.
Now, sir. So now it's clearly visible. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Hello everyone. I am Bhushan Vikas Pawar. I am pursuing my BMS, and on today's presentation, my topic is on marketing insights from a classification of services from John A. Swan and Henry O. Pruden. And I am guided by the Professor Akash Gupta, Department of BMS. So let's start the presentation. Abstract. This article presents a classification of consumer services establishment based on the degree to which the consumer views the services as a means to an instrumental services or considered as the services to be expressive services. In this PPT, the we point out the consumer services, how consumer want their services in their life and easily accessible. Classification of goods and stores, classification of service providers. Introduction. The importance of services in our economy has been well documented, and the need to develop marketing programs of services is quite evident. This means in our economy, services is our main point, and we have to develop our marketing programs for the services by the John A. Swan. One very useful concept in marketing has been the classification of goods. For the good services, we have to classify our goods in different forms for the consumers to make them handy. The purpose of this article is to present a classification of service concept that identifies fundamental characteristics of services that are related to their marketing problems. We have to provide services which cope up with the marketing problems and easily accessible to the consumers. Methodology. In this, John A. Swan give the data, take the data collected from the employee service. They give a small diary to their employees to maintain it for some 10 day around 10 days, and they have to write their expenses in that diary on daily basis. All about and the observation of employee expenses. Secondary sources referenced by Albert Mark in 1970, Bison John and Mavis Bison in 1969, and Blackwell, Roger D. James F. Engel, and David T. Cottle in 1969. Let's start the discussion on this. Classification of first. Classification of goods and stores. Classification of goods concept seeks to place good into categories on the basis of a degree to which the consumer is willing to engage in the shopping effort in the making purchase. This means we have to classify the goods in a good manner for the consumer to engage in the shopping with less efforts. types of goods. First, convenience goods. Those goods for which the consumer buy before his need arises. Possesses a preference map that indicates a willingness to purchase any of the number of known substitute rather than to make an additional effort required to buy a particular item. This means the consumer will buy the goods before it need arises and make a preference map for how to buy that goods and from where, and he can take a substitute of that particular item rather than to make effort for that same item. This means our groceries in for example our grocery monthly groceries, shopping goods, those goods for which the consumer has not developed a complete preference map before the need arises require him to undertake a search and construct such a map before purchase. Shopping goods means we do not have any plan to buy that goods, and we plan before it's buying means our medicines. For example, our medicines. We don't make a preference map according to us for the our medicines. Specialty goods. Those goods for which the consumer buy before his need arises possesses a preference map that indicates a willingness to expand the additional effort required to purchase the most preferred item rather than taking buy or more readily accessible substitute. In specialty goods, we make a proper preference map for that goods before its need arises, and we could not buy any substitute item for that good. It means some branded clothes or car, we want some a particular company. Next, discussion. Buckling extended the classification of goods to the classification of stores. Classification of stores. Convenience stores, those stores for which the consumer uh, before his need of or some product arises possesses a preference map that indicates a willingness to buy from the most accessible store. In Means convenience store means we have the consumer will possess a preference map and before the need of the product arises, and this store is easily accessible. For example, are general stores and kirana stores near our apartments and homes. Second, shopping stores. Those stores for which the consumer has not developed a complete preference map relative to the product he wishes to buy, require him to undertake a search and construct a such b- map before purchase. In these stores, could not plan to buy uh, some according to ourselves and make up some preference maps. Uh, this is the for example of this is medical stores. Specialty stores, those stores for which the consumer buy before his need some product arises, possesses a preference map that indicates a willingness to buy the item or from a particular establishment, even though it may not be most accessible. Specialty stores means before the need in the stores which is not easily accessible, and we go to that stores at a long distance, but we make ourselves ready, completely ready with a preference map for that stores. Discussion. Classification of service providers. Classification of stores include the consumer's assumed prosperity to travel. The convenience store is chosen on the basis that it is the most accessible. The consumer has a well-developed reference map and buys at the closest store. Instrumental service the parts of the consumer service providers are instrumental service providers and expressive service providers. First, instrumental service providers, those providers of services which the consumer consider primarily as a means to some further end. The consumer wishes to reduce all the cost of consuming the services. The cost include the money cost, the service, and the time and effort expend in the travel to provide and consume the service. In instrumental services, it means we have the it is easily available near our premises and everything, and it's low in cost. The services here is low in cost, and it is less time accurate. Express For example of instrumental services, in breaks we eat some vada pav and all that, vada pav stores. In expressive service providers, those providers of a service which the consumer consider primarily an end in itself. Relative to the instrumental provider, the consumer is willing to spend more time, more and other resources in the consumption process. Expensive service providers means we have to celebrate some birthday parties. We don't go, we have more time to spend with friends and enjoy that things and money to spend. Then we take expressive service providers. On this, this is a pattern rewards and cost instrumental and expressive restaurants. Instrumental restaurant, instrumental uh, result shown in the table are cost, distance traveled, and eating time for each respondent for 3 meals that has been classified as high, median, and lowest quality by each respondent. At highest quality establishment, the meal was also highest in cost, and at lowest quality, the meal was also the lowest in cost. Lowest in cost. Among the highest quality establishment, the respondents traveled to maximum distance, paid the highest price, and spent the longest time eating time. Among the lowest quality establishments, the respondents traveled to the minimum distance, paid the lowest price, and spent the shortest eating time. As we see in that table, in this table. Conclusion: it has been argued that on the way consumer services can be classified is by considering to what extent the consumer views the service as an instrumental service or consider the service as an expressive service. Since instrumental service are purchased only as a means to an end, the consumer will minimize his investment in such services, and it is directed towards reducing the consumer expenditure of money and time necessary to obtain and use of such services. In the case of expressive services, the consumer will be willing to invest relatively more time and money in obtaining and using the service, and it is directed towards to enhance the consumer enjoyment of the service itself. Thank you for listening my presentation. Thank you so much, everyone.
Next one, please be prepared. And if judges have any question,
Bhushan, hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
In the presentation which you have made, the content, it was all taken from a research paper and it was not your own content, right?
No, ma'am. It was from research paper.
See, it's a good thing job that you have done. But whenever you make a research presentation, you're taking somebody else's work. So you need to give credit to that person. And even in the presentation, you have to mention the references. और जो statements लिखते हो ना,
Yes,
किसका
ma'am.
वो वहाँ side जैसे I found only in one place you have mentioned some Brooklyn का था. बाकी
Yes, ma'am.
you have not mentioned. वो references वो देना पड़ता है आपको.
Okay,
क्योंकि
ma'am.
तुम्हारा work नहीं है. You're taking somebody else's content.
Present.
So you
Yes,
need to give. In fact, the same goes to even Prem also. You need to give credit to that person क्योंकि उनका work तुम use कर रहे हो.
Yes, ma'am.
समझा? और even वो जो primary and secondary जो था ना, see वो जो secondary में you have just given the references. You need to just mention कि what were the secondary sources of information. Referencing हमेशा last में आता है बेटा.
Okay, ma'am.
This is for future, now that you're only in first year, second year, third year में आओगे, तभी जब भी presentation करोगे, you can always, improvise on this. So take these points on future, for your future improvement purpose.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
Anurag Sharma, FIBMS. Are you there? Anurag Sharma. Anurag Sharma, FIBMS. Are you there? Next, Tanvi Parave, FIBMS. Are you there? Tanvi Parave. Next, Tanvi Parve is not there. Himanshu Vishwakarma. Himanshu Vishwakarma. Himanshu Vishwakarma, you can start your presentation from your side. Open a presentation in your mobile and start. Himanshu Vishwakarma. Himanshu Vishwakarma. Himanshu.
Hello, sir. Good morning and good morning, ma'am.
Yes,
My name is Himanshu Karma. I am FYBMS. The title of this presentation is "The Challenges of Tomorrow Market." The author of these articles is Philip M. Hauser, and this published in 1959. What is this article for? In this article about the challenges which faced by marketers, businessmen, and others, and also the author is try to explain which problem is faced by marketers, businessmen, like population, metropolitan area, income, death and birth rate, labors, and others. And the businessmen marketers each face the problem not only one time when he start business, he also face every time the problem. In also future he face the problem many times. Population in standard metropolitan area, the population is consider three areas. First, standard metropolitan area, cities area, and rings area. And this is predicted in 1900 to 1975. Introduction. Market. The market very important role for marketers, businessmen, and others, because uh, in the market there the deal to the consumer for a goods and service. So there is also the marketers, businessmen, and sellers has faced many challenges, like population have rapidly changed, and different people had different income. He had different come societies and different gender. This problem is faced by the marketers and businessmen. And also the businessmen and marketers is a main challenges is that they have provide the goods and service to the according to the consumers needs, according to the their like and others. Discussion. According to the Committee of Economic Development, that uh, he explained in his project that the GNP of USA is increased 3% in UDN, and he also explained that the GNP of USA in 1975 is $725 billion. And according to the MC Grohil, he has explained in his project that in 1975 the GNP of USA is 835 billion, and this GNP is produced 88 millions of people's labors. Both of them a project has expressed that the GNP of USA is double and three times are increased, and this also the expenditure of consumer is increased because of the population are increased. Finding and result. If any businessman and marketers and others, he want to set up business, he try to first he has analyze the that factors: populations, income, metropolitan population, metropolitan structure, birth rate, ethnic composition, death rate, and labors. This thing is explained by the authors, and this about the information is uh, any businessman and marketers and others is not follow and not analyze proper way, that business are not successful and he face many problem in the future. Conclusion, total population of United States. According to the author, the total population of United States is increased between 1900 to 1975. In 1951, the population of United States is 151 million. And after the 1950 to 1975, the population of United States around 200 millions. It means the population is continuously increase. And thank you all ma'ams and sir for giving this opportunity, and I also learned the challenges which faced by marketers, businessmen, and others. Thank you.
Next one, Sejal Pandey, be prepared, and if anyone have any question, please they can ask. Sejal Pandey, you can start your presentation. Please share screen option from your mobile.
Can I start, sir? Hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
Good morning, judges, and all my dear friend. My name is Sejal Pandey from SYBMS. Today, I'm going to give a presentation on research paper, and my topic name is How to Win or Lose the Sale at the Point of Purchase by Robert McMurray. The year of publication is 1959. This research article is based on one of the durable goods, that is stove. Durable goods are also known as consumer durable, are the category of consumer good that do not wear out quickly and therefore do not have to purchase frequently. Let's see the introduction of this research paper is. Point of purchase advertising increases the visibility of a brand or product in order to promote purchases. Understanding point of purchase advertising can help us to create an effective promotional campaign for our brand or increases sales. Methodology of this research paper is this research paper has used a primary methodology or service method or questionnaire. For example, what a person says, what a person think, and what a person want. So the discussion of this research paper is first, meaning of stove to housewife. When the results are all in, they indicated that the role of stove to be housewife are many. For example, the stove is one of the instruments through which she provide her family with food. Second, it may work as an important measure of status as compared to her neighbor, or it offer an opportunity to be a good housewife keeper by keeping spotless stove to improve her or to impress her friend. Second, understanding the buying decision. Researching for the kitchen range, the manufacturer of the middle line period or kitchen range wanted to give his product maximum appeal to evaluate the attraction of each special features of his stove and to determine how dealer could best be helped to merchandise his line. Third, the objective of this research to provide the necessary background information. A field study was made with a representative of sample 250 housewife underlying the buying decision. The key motivation which led the decision to buy a new kitchen range are from samples. Second, releasing or need or want. Third, evaluating different product, etc. Specific application of this research finding. The manufacturer is taking action to design or merchandise stove to improve in sales. Most important, he is not leaving point of purchase influence to chance, knowing that the housewife need or help in resolving her doubts or fear. So the manufacturer had provided all the assistance and guidance so he can encourage her to buy. For example, larger or brighter event grinder, certified 90 days guarantee of all parts, instruction booklets, a printed statement, print salesman, a printed statement. So the conclusion of this research paper is the research demonstrated the significant role of selling in marketing management in improved productivity and major cost saving. Second, better consumer relationship management. Third, help to solve the major problem related to the consumer services like consumer loyalty or consumer satisfaction. Marketing means generating the leads, whereas sales means converting the leads. Sales target as an individual or small group. On the other hand, marketing target large group or general public. So the suggestion of this research paper is demonstration and these days online marketing, discounts and bargains, and reminder and follow-ups. Thank you so much, judges and all my dear friends.
Sejal, you can stop sharing the screen.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Sakshi Singh. Sakshi Singh, are you there? SYBMS Sakshi Singh. Singh Sakshi, SYBMS. Both of you are not there. So next, Manasvi Pandey, you can share your screen from your end or have it present.
Is the screen visible to all?
Yes.
Uh, Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Manasvi Pandey of FIBMS is here to present a report of participative management at small firm by Joseph Lortana, year of publication April 1979 under the guidance of Professor Akash Gupta. Firstly, we will see what is the research article for. Primarily, what is the purpose of this article? Participative management primarily means MBO, which is management by objective. Uh, it's it studies participant program on members of a small firm in the areas of behavior of employees and the attitude of the employees towards management. It means it adequate freedom is given to the employees to do their things in their own style, which results in constructive feedback, constructive suggestions, and it somewhat uh, they feel a part of the organization because they can do things by their own, not forcing or oppressing something or to them by like it is should be done a certain way or something that sort. And this report shows a pre-MBO and post-MBO report is there. Introduction, the concept of participative management is primarily was started by large firms and MNCs, which still exist. And slowly, steadily, and gradually, it has gone towards the smaller firms, even in the rural areas. The methodology, that is the method used in this, is primary sources, that is in the questionnaire form as well as in the interview form, as well as there is references, which I have forgotten to add. So sorry on that part. So now in the report, what all they have included is a comparison between pre-MBO and post-MBO. In the report, they have considered while the methodology, that is confidence of the employees before MBO and post MBO, how they have changed their trust, their relation with the job and the employees and the subordinates, and all such things were included, which we will see further. This is a model which shows the interview phase, and there's, as you can see, there's pre-survey and post-survey, and there is level 1, level 2, level 3, and it shows the difference, and it is analyzed by the researchers as well as the top management. Findings and result, as you can see, there were significant changes observed in the representation of the employees, their goals, their standards, their participation in the organization, and in a positive way, which here we can see, like interaction between superior and subordinate in pre-MBO was 5.10 and post-MBO was 7.00. And participation, that is decision making, it was 4.52 and now it is 8.95. This gives a boost to the confidence, boost of confidence to the employee that okay, now they can do things by their own, which is sort of nice. But always there are certain restrictions, their do's and don'ts. But MBO is a fabulous and effective program, which I don't think whether it is a small firm or large firm, everyone should implement this or at least should give a try to this. So it is an effective and affordable program as well as the participation of small firms in India as well as started increasing recently. So thank you, everyone. So I'm done.
Stop sharing your screen. Mati Singh, are you there? Mati. Next, Priya Vishwakarma. Can you start sharing your screen from your end? Priya Vishwakarma. Priya Vishwakarma, you can start your presentation.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes,
Hello.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So good morning, everyone. My name is Priya Vishwakarma. So my research, I'll be presenting a research paper by Nicholas DiMarco, 1976, about job satisfaction among registered nurses. Now, this research article is about relationships between this research article talks about lifestyle compatibility between RN, coworker, and supervisor, and the balance between lifestyle work group structure. Also, it talks about job satisfaction among RNs, which is the registered nurses, and how we can take that satisfaction to a higher level. Coming to the next part, here we can see in the work group structure formation of two dimensions taking place, which is the lifestyle dimension and the organizational dimension, two separate dimensions that are parallel to each other. So in lifestyle, there are three major dimensions, which is formalistic, sociocentric, and personalistic, S, S, and P. So F reflects that an individual action must be directed by formal authority. S speaks for interpersonal relationships, and P reflects that an individual action must be guided by their own belief and experience. On the other hand, organizational dimension starts with bureaucratic, which includes various rules and policies. Second is collaborative, wherein team orientation is important. And lastly, coordinative, in which coordinative is something wherein a group of people come together and because they have something in common, while at the same time maintaining their individualism. A balance between the two dimensions, a balance between these two dimensions, which is lifestyle and organization, leads to a good job satisfaction. Methodology. The primary resource for which was a survey. A survey was conducted by the researchers with 28 registered nurses and 6 supervisors employed by an hospital. Lifestyle orientation and work group structure is calculated by lifestyle orientation and work group structure questionnaire. And the absolute difference between these two questionnaires for RN and coworker is taken. Then it is divided by the average number of coworkers to get the RN, coworker, and compatibility. In the same way, RN and supervisor compatibility was also calculated. Various books and journals were used for references, and statistical tool regression analysis was used to present the result. The table here represents a stepwise regression of 5 satisfaction areas. Only those variables whose regression coefficient is at 0.5 level and which is not zero, like away from zero, at 0.5 level is presented here. If you look at work, only P coordinative and F bureaucratic were entered, explaining a 41% satisfaction with work. In the same way, 40% satisfaction with coworker, and with supervisor, 57% of satisfaction. And the payment, it is 52% of satisfaction. In promotions, only one variable was entered, which is RN coworker personalistic compatibility. On the basis of that, for promotion, there is 15% satisfaction is seen. 15% satisfaction is seen. So this result shows a positive lifestyle work group structure relationship. Lifestyle and work group structure relationship is positive and a positive satisfaction with coworker, but a negative relation of RN supervisor compatibility. Discussion. As found in the above studies, that the satisfaction was found to be the highest when the degree of organizational dimension were compatible with the RN का lifestyle dimension. RN must know her role within the given description. Like she should know like what the job demands from her. There was also a high degree of compatibility seen between RN coworker when there was an incompatibility between RN and supervisor. Between RN and supervisor, that is, the compatibility between RN and coworker stemmed from a common divergence, stemmed from like they had a thing in common, so of incompatibility with the supervisor. Sorry. The RN prefer to see the supervisor as someone who they are responsible to rather than as a colleague. The personalistic dimension is more coming. The next one is the personalistic dimension of an RN is concerned more with the internal reward that is received from the work. So that's why explaining the inverse proportion with the salary. Now concluding, we can see here like there are various aspects and dimensions for an job to for an RN to be satisfied with her job. Based on the above results and conclusion, we can suggest here that firstly, to make a coordinated dimension between lifestyle and work group structure to enhance the job satisfaction among RNs and co-workers. Assign the RN to a unit on the basis of compatibility with its co-worker and lifestyle dimension. And lastly, rather than focusing on pay and promotion, focusing more on the internal rewards is necessary. Thank you. Yeah. So, thank you everyone.
So anyone have any question, they can ask, and anyone remains to present, they can be prepared. Anyone are remaining to present?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
You can start.
Good morning, respected teacher, sir, and all my dear friends. My name is Kriti Jitendra Singh. I'm in FIBMS. My article topic name is MBO and the Small Organization. The authors of this article are G. James Francis and Stephen F. Bolander. The year of publication is 1976. An important element of this research is an examination of the acceptance of the new system, demonstration of the practicality of MBO system in the small organization, elements of organizational operations which managerial process directly reflect were examined for determination of the success of the new management approach. The study focused attention upon the employees and their opinions rather than upon their superiors. Introduction. Since Peter Drucker's practice of management, MBO has been one of the more controversial approaches. Many advocates view it as a technique for the improvement of the performance. Others believe that the organization can gain the real benefits of it by making organizational and individual goals more compatible. So the system was installed in a small, service-oriented healthcare organization. The MBO was typically implemented in the organization where the hierarchy didn't possess the same depth as other. Only there were 3 levels: the manager, the assistant manager, and the employees who were there for the response of the study. Methodology. This data was collected through primary and secondary sources. In primary, it was collected through a survey and observation. In secondary, it was collected through books and journals. These are the references from where the data was collected. After implementation of MBO program, a better relation was seen in the relation of superior and subordinate. The employees perceived a shift from the use of punishment system to reward and participative. The quality of the communication in the organization was improved. The employees were more aware of the objectives of the organization After implementation of MBO system, decision-making process became more decentralized with an increase in the subordinates' involvement and a new voice found among the employees in establishing organizational objectives. These are the findings and results of this research. These are the different organizational variables were studied before and after implementation of MBO program at 99% level of significance. The results shown are as follows. Leadership qualities among the employees found better in the organization after implementation of MBO program as compared to the existing one. When it comes to motivation, levels of the employees was very significant after implementation of the MBO system in the organization as compared to before program. When it comes to communication, the quality and quantity of communication among the employees found more better, but there is non-significance in the direction of information flow in the upward direction. This one. Employees were more able to participate in the decision-making process after MBO program implementation. This is significant at 99%. Goals of individual and organization became more clear after MBO program. Control levels became more tight. There was more lack of informal organization resistance to formal organization, and the use of control data had increased to 8.82. As we can see, all are significant except the direction of information flow in the upward. Organization influence of the MBO system. MBO system influenced the organization variable, and this variable was based on the mean value of responses. As we can see, the results got good after implementation of MBO. The mean value of responses were more than moderate, which is high. Conclusion: a small organization management by objectives can be successfully utilized. A better understanding in between the personal and organizational objectives is vital to success. Determining the existing employee attitude that is favoring or showing displeasure is important to determine. It became possible in the small organization to see such a good results like true participative management, motivation levels went up, communication improved, role conflict decreased, attention shifted from activities to results, and the one overriding fact here is the MBO system worked. So, finally, the employees were the main reason for the success because they viewed MBO as a pragmatic way. The best quote is to make something work here and when you feel that you have a vested interest in its success. Suggestion: and effective results can be get in the small organization by implementing MBO, which is management by objectives. To make it possible, there should be support and commitment in the organization. Thank you, teacher and sir, for giving an opportunity to represent such a great topic and giving your valuable time. Thank you, one and all. Thank you so much.
Anyone who has any question, they can ask. And anyone remaining to present their research paper, they can tell. And anyone is remaining? Hello. So total
Hello.
7 students have.
Hello, Akash sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Akash sir. I'm Sharmila here. Sharmila Jajodia from
Yes.
English department. Presentations are over?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay.
So 7 numbers in a number of students have presented. Name Prem Prakash Prajapati, first presenter. Second presenter is Bhushan Pawar. Third Manshu Vishwakarma. Fourth Sejal Pandey. Manasvi Pandey is the fifth, and sixth Priya Vishwakarma. Lastly, Preeti Singh has presented. Anyone is remaining? Please tell. Otherwise, presentation is over, I think, from here. Yes, ma'am. Sharmila ma'am, presentation is over.
Yes, hello.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, presentation is over. So, Salvi ma'am and Saraswati Murthy ma'am, if you have any, if you want to discuss something, then you can start from.
I only would like to congratulate all the presenters. Most of them are from the FY, from the list that I have received. So it looks like it was their first occasion where they presented the paper. So please accept my heartiest congratulations to all of them who have come and presented the work done by the other original researchers. All the best.
Yes, congratulations to all presenters. Being FY student, at least they made attempt and presented well. Correct, madam?
Yes.
Saraswati madam?
Yes,
Good
yes.
morning.
Good
I
morning,
am
Sharmila.
in another room as well through the PC for arts.
Okay.
Welcome you both, Selvi madam and you, Saraswati madam, for the being the judge for this
Thank
event.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharmila madam.
We must congratulate the students because from the list I can see only 2 of them are in the second year.
Yes, yes.
And
At
most
least
of them were in
FYBA
the first
student
year.
making the attempt is a big thing. It's their first year and then they are coming forward and making presentation is a big thing, no?
Yes, and I'm sure by the time they pass out, by the time they reach the TY level, I'm sure they would be, much more comfortable with these presentations, and they would also, go through many more such occasions where they can present their original ideas, not only other work done by other
Yes.
researchers, but
Yes.
their own ideas also. Can we leave the room now, or do we have a discussion of the judges, or
No, I think we
Have
can leave
you,
the room.
means you, if you have to ask something from the presenters, you can ask. And I mean, your sheet evaluation has been finalized. I mean,
Sharbila madam, I'm just evaluating. Now the problem is, I have received an PDF, so I'm unable to edit. So what I've done is I made the same in a Word document and I'll mail that. I'll mail the same in
I
the Word
just wanted
document.
to know, isn't it possible for you to download that? I don't know how sir has sent you the sheet.
PDF, I don't know, I was unable, I have opened it, but I'm unable to edit the same. So the same thing I've copied. I'm having
Okay.
the
No
Word
issue.
document.
To whom you have to send it, because I was not informed to whom you have to.
No, I know. It is Kiran sir because he was the one who has mailed. So I will message sir also.
No, but I mean, you both have to consolidate it, no?
Achha, I think then everybody can leave. Then Saraswati ma'am and myself, we will discuss it. Then we can consolidate.
Precisely, that is what I wanted to know. That
Yeah.
are we giving a unanimous judges
1 minute, let
evaluation
me ask
sheet?
Akash as well. Akash,
Yeah.
sir, what
You
sir
can-
has told you?
You can check up with Kiran Kolvankar sir also.
Yeah,
Whether we send our
But
individual sheets and then you will collate it, or do we do it at our end?
let me find out from Akash what sir told him. Akash, sir, are you there?
Sir, yes, ma'am. Sir told me to after the completion of the presentation, you all can leave. If ma'am, both ma'am want to discuss about their judging criteria.
I think Kiran sir
Sir is
has
also there
joined.
in a.
I think Kiran sir has joined.
Yeah, you can then please clarify on this aspect.
Hello, Kiran sir is there?
Yes, yes. Please continue. I'm just.
Sir, judges want to know about evaluation and all, na? So just clarify the thing.
I think they were sent. What do they want
Yes,
to know?
no, Dr. Kolvankar, I just wanted to know,
Yes.
shall I send my individual evaluation sheet and Professor Selvi Nadar sends hers, and you at
That is
your
also
level,
fine.
will you
Yeah.
consolidate it?
Yeah, that is also fine. Or if you want to discuss and finalize and write marks, but send individually, then we will add.
I have done my individual work.
Okay.
Do
Even
you
I have
want us
done.
to have a unanimous evaluation, or shall we send our individual score sheets to you?
It's up to you. You can decide. You can send individual and then I will add. Or if you want to discuss and finalize, you can do that and then send me one and let me know that way.
Out of the 14 you have listed out, 7 people presented, so
Okay.
the others are obviously marked absent.
Yes, that is fine. Yes.
Huh? And you have given the criteria, so based on the 10 marks for the 4 parameters identified by you, we have
Yes.
put the individual marks,
Yes, good.
and
That
my
is good.
score sheet is ready.
Yeah, fine. You can mail it to me. Yeah.
Yes, I will. Yes,
Sir,
I will.
sir, I have a problem.
Yes.
Somehow I'm unable to download that Excel. So what I've done is I've taken I prepared the same in a Word document.
Yeah.
I've written the name of the students. I've written the parameters.
Yes.
And I've written the total score. So can I send this to you?
Yeah, that is fine. We will.
Huh? I'll mail
Yeah,
it
we
to
will
you.
do the needful. That is
Okay,
fine.
sir. Then I'll mail you within 5 minutes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you all for your kind help.
Thank you, sir. So we can leave the meeting now?
Yes, we can do.
Yeah.
Everyone presented well, so you all can leave now, and we are ending with our meeting here. So have a good day now.